the last 2 decades, we have covered a wide range of topics on New Mexico in Focus, from historic presidential elections to a pandemic that sent us to a virtual studio. We've been through it all over here, and Kathy Wimmer, as a former producer here, you helped shape the majority of the episodes I've hosted on the line in Focus at the time. What stories have we discussed or guests that we have had that stand out to you? I'm very curious. It's a lot of guests and a lot of stories.
There's so many, and but there are quite a few that stand out with me, and a lot of them have to do with you in the field. My very first time I was in the field with you, and you know, I'm just one of many. There's been other producers and who have done a lot of this. So I just happened to be here on the hot seat today. But we went out to the golf course when they were thinking of tearing down the North golf course.
Right.
And you and I went out there. And you know, you were always so good in the field. The Gold Street, when they were trying to put up the big building complex that some were opposed to and some were very for. Then Senator Obama. That was when he was Senator Obama, and not before he became President Obama. And we went to do that rally that he was doing.
That's right.
And this taught me a big lesson, and I thank you for the lessons you have taught me about racist behaviors in this country and right here, is because we all went in with a full crew, and you were the only one that got pat it down. You were the only one that got pulled aside and pat it down. And I thought, here is, thank God he was our first black president. I was very happy about that. But the people who were security were just, you know, regular security, and they pulled you out. And that really hit me, that, you know, here's a lesson. So I'm going to stop talking because there's a whole bunch more. Others have other things to say.
Very sweet. Thank you, Kathy. I'd forgotten about that moment with the Obama situation. Oof. Boy, oh boy. You've been with us, Kathy McGill, for a quite long time. It's almost unfair to ask you your favorite time here, but I have to ask you, what's been your favorite go here when you've been at the table?
Well, you talked about some of those historic presidential elections, and I remember being on during some of those times when I was like, please don't ask me about this one person. Don't ask me any questions. And you always made sure that it came around to asking me about those questions. And then I, you know, of course, had to respond by yelling or doing something like that. And so, you know, those things stand out. But just like the opportunity that you gave for me to talk about overcoming the tricultural myth in New Mexico, and what we needed to do to make sure that everyone belongs, and to get that information out, and for people to understand that we need to live up to the pledge to our state flag, that we're perfect friendships among united cultures. And so I feel like you helped me to do that. And I would just say that watching you interview Gwen Ifill was one of the highlights of things that I know about you, because I saw that this was your hero.
That's right.
That, you know, she was your shero, and somebody that you really respected, and you were well prepared, and you asked the right questions, and were so wonderful during that time. I was like, I'm proud to know this guy. And I also, you know, will say that I sent your national news appearances around to my mom, and, you know, to everybody. I was like, I know him. He's a friend of mine. I have his cell phone number, and I text him. And you'll always be my go-to person for politics, those late at night times when I'm texting you to say, Gene, did you see that? Did you hear what they said?
That's not over.
It's not over. We're going to keep doing it.
That carries on.
It.
Absolutely.
Yes.
TJ, I can remember the first time you sat to my right. It was like, oh man, TJ Trout's here. This is amazing. This is so intimidating. You've gone through this before, leaving a show. You were with 94 Rock for how many years before you left?
I was at 94 Rock for 25 years.
25 years, exactly right. I'm
Long
curious I know we're talking about me here, but I'm a little embarrassed talking about me here, but just in general, retiring from something. Yeah. How did you feel about it, leaving a broadcasting career?
I knew it was time, and maybe you know it was time too.
Yes, I do.
But I was scared. I was maybe intimidated a little bit by the future, wondering, okay, well, now what? What am I going to do? What am I going to do with my time now? Obviously, it didn't last long.
Right.
But we were talking about the emotion of this, how much emotion is involved in this. And I was leaving the state. You're not leaving the state. I was leaving the state.
That's right.
And I remember it hit me. I was leaving at Christmas time. and I was alone because my wife had already left. And I was walking through the Sunport to board my plane, just down, and I just burst into tears. I was sobbing like a little baby all the way down. People were looking at me, "What's wrong with you, man?" But it's going to be good for you.
Yep.
It's going to be good for you. Don't be afraid.
Thank you.
I mean, you know when it's time. You knew when it was time, and you picked the time. All right. Let me go back to one more thing because I'm going to flip this around on you.
Okay.
One of my most memorable experiences with you was on my show, and this was right after George Floyd was murdered. And I had you on. I didn't know how to begin the conversation with you, but we had the conversation. You came on and you succinctly explained to me and my audience personally how you felt about that incident. And you also brought an African American perspective that I don't think my audience would have been exposed to if it were not for you. And I will always thank you for that.
Thank you,
It was a big deal.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up. I do recall it, and I want to turn back to Kathy for a quick second. You and I have talked about this. Don't want to expose you certainly, but it's important to have black faces out there in a place like New Mexico, where it's 3% population here statewide. And you've always said, having someone in a black face in this seat has a lot of importance. If you can pick up on that for a quick second. Again, it's embarrassing to hear you talk about me in this way, but it just has to be talked about.
Well, I think I would phrase it that I'm mad because, why do you get to go out and have another new experience and I still have to keep doing the same things I've been doing? But I'm sad because I know for a fact that I would not have been here had it not been for you saying, let's get Kathy McGill on. And maybe nobody would have seen that I have an opinion about something that's going on in New Mexico politics. I think it changed a lot of things. I see people at the gas station, coming out of restaurants saying, are you that crazy lady that's on New Mexico in Focus? I'm like, yep, that's me. And, it wouldn't have happened without you. And it's so important. And I think people are proud to say that there is a person here who is skin folk, and we also think is kinfolk. So he understands us and it's like family, and so it's going to be really, really sad to see you go. But also, I got to say one more thing, that I'm glad because in my other life I've been a vocalist, right? And so it brings to mind this song that says, there will be many other nights like this. I might be sitting here with someone new. There will be other songs to sing, another fall, another spring. But there will never, ever be another you.
Wow. Thank you. Woof. When you've been sung to by Kathy McGill, you've been sung to. Thank you, Kathy. It's very sweet. It's very sweet. I want to thank again my man, radio host TJ Trout, Kathy McGill, founder and director of the New Mexico Black Leadership Council, and a very special thank you to Kathy Wimmer, former producer here on New Mexico in Focus and The Line.